Toss please. Red, black, red, black, Assar, black, two, red, black, Assar, you want to receive, you return.
Well, Omar, Assar wins the toss, elects to receive first. Interesting decision, Fraser, do you think?
Well, I think in a best of 5 or best of 7, if you choose to receive after winning the toss, it means you will have the serves if it goes to 9-all in the deciding game. Serve considered a big advantage, so it's a sacrifice really, not having it at the start, but it's an investment as well.
Here's a little look then at the world number 9 representing Germany. 1 WTT title to his name. He comes here in decent form, reaching the quarter-final of the Singapore Smash last month. Pretty good run at that tournament for Dan Cho.
Yeah, and of course the first ever European player to reach the final of a Champions event. He did that in Macau before losing to Lin Shadong in the final. On his day, he's a really, really hot topic, Dan Cho, but Omar Assar here, someone as well who is just such an amazing player. 2-time Olympic quarter-finalist, first ever African to reach the quarters of an Olympics. He's a tough test for anyone on this day.
Yeah, and he's so experienced as well. He too comes into this off the back of a decent run of form. He comes here off a win at the ITTF African Cup. He won that one, so both of these players coming in good form, but the fans have been voting. You have had your say, and you are going overwhelmingly in favour of a win for Dan Cho. Almost 80%, Fraser. I think that the German will be through to the round of 16. Do you agree with that one?
I think that he's certainly the favourite, Dan Cho, but Omar Assar, I think he's overdue an upset, and he's a man who certainly loves to turn the tables against higher ranked opponents. If you look at his best wins, Tomokazu Haramoto among others. Assar's so consistent, he's good away from the table, he's quick, he's quite nimble, keeps the bat very, very high, so secure, and a neat and tidy service game. This won't be an easy match for Dan Cho if he is to win it.
Well, of course, at Champions level, the best 32 players in the world, no easy matches.
First game, Chu to serve, level. One, love.
Yeah, really good start here from Dan Cho, but lovely flick. And then you saw his reverse penhold backhand in action already.
1-all.
In the men's game, this is the best way to hold the penhold grip.
Oh, a couple of lovely backhands from Cho there.
He's so low, he's very, very strong in the base. Can hit rockets when he's in the mood.
Inside the end line. One, two.
Assar just won there for his service. Has to be at the palm of the hand. Ball visible at all times.
3-1.
Oh, that was a superb point. Cho gets it finished off quickly. Just look at the ball placement here.
And that reverse pendulum of Assar is very backspinny, so what a receive it was. Just can't handle him right now, the Egyptian. Tricky to flick, but look at how he dealt with it. The first one spinnier, the next two way more direct. He's all over it like a rash.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start for the world.
There's no need to guess what your customers want. With SurveyMonkey, you can know what they want Fentanyl wasn't invited, but it's here, hiding in party.
5-3. Let 5-3.
Tried to fade it down the line, Assar. Doesn't look too comfortable right now. Dang Cho not giving him space and room to work with. Trying to disrupt the rhythm.
Let 6-3.
Making minor adjustments with the service game. After that let cord, just serving into an area he knows Assar will want to flick, but making it back spinny enough to make it tricky. Very calculated player, Dang Cho. This backhand, this has been the biggest difference maker, I think, in this opener. Connects with it wonderfully. It's so true.
9-3.
This has been a lightning quick start, hasn't it, for Dang Cho? Look at that. Another lovely flick of the wrist. Gets the point finished off nice and quickly. The momentum very much with the German. 6 out of the last 8 points have gone his way.
10-3.
It's great pressure from Dang Cho.
Assar got in with the flick and then ended up becoming a passenger. Goodness gracious me.
Game to 2.
What's he had for breakfast?
11 points to 3. Impressive stuff, whatever it is. One part of that action. 11 points to 3. A great start for Dang Cho, and against a player like Omar Assar, who has got 6 wins in his last 7 matches. That's all the more impressive. What a start for the German.
He barely put a foot wrong there. Uncontainable. Assar's going to have to try and play a little bit more into short forehand, try and maybe stretch Dang Cho earlier, because in the midriff of the table, there's only going to be one winner.
Gut mit Rückhand auch Druck gemacht, also wenn du ihn lang anhackst zum Beispiel, ist es fast besser vielleicht in Rückhand als in Mitte. Mitte zieht er so ein bisschen überall. In Rückhand hat er auch nur diagonal, dann kannst du drauf gehen.
Well, a real treat for the fans. A little later on, Alexis Lebrun will be in the fan zone signing autographs from 4:30 for the first 100 fans who are quick enough to turn up. It's fantastic that this event, there's great access for the fans, the arena packed every day, but also there's a chance as well for the fans to see the players outside, away from the table too. It really is an amazing experience for those enough lucky to be here. Well, Omar Assar has got work to do in this second game, completely outclassed in the opener. How do you think he's going to approach this second game, Fraser?
I think that he'll want to try and make this a more forehand orientated battle. He's a big guy, Omar Assar, even with his long levers, couldn't get a bat on ball there. Dang Cho could get him into the crossover, then send it wide with the backhand in the first game. So, yeah, Assar will want to try and pin the forehand more of Dang Cho.
1-2.
Well, just not enough on that one from Dang Cho. Pushes into the net. That's the first time that Omar Assar has taken the lead in this match overall. Can't necessarily see him hanging on to it.
2-all.
Very rhythmic player, Assar. He's at his best when he's at mid-distance. He needs that time as a bigger guy to play his favourable strokes. Doesn't want to be too close to the table, and sometimes he can find himself getting sucked in. Drawn into the table.
3-all.
Well, that was an entertaining rally. So much power from Dang Cho. Omar Assar put up a valiant show of defence.
That one down the line across the body, that was dismissive from the German. He's having fun here, he's expressing himself with his shot making, he's playing each stroke on its own merit. He just seems unbothered by the attacking efforts of the Egyptian.
Two. 6-4.
That was a beautiful transition after he played that initial backhand there to step the corner. Play a forehand cross table. So impressive.
5-7.
Well, Cho coming into the table there left himself in a tricky position to try and backpedal to make that return.
That was a well played point though from Assar. Not showing where he was going to go. Came through the back of the ball. Nice guide flick into that transition zone of the German player. Touch play has to be spot on. Cannot build a house on sand.
Oh, a great rally. Had the crowd gasping in delight. It's disappointing for Assar, just lacking the accuracy and consistency. Dang Cho now closing in on wrapping up a second. Serving incredibly well. Dang Cho. That was unplayable. Omar Assar made to look very ordinary there by Dang Cho, who now has himself 4 game points. 11 points to 6. It's a 2-game lead for Dang Cho, who is very much enjoying himself. Fraser looking very confident indeed, making life incredibly difficult for Omar Assar.
Yeah, he's at the summit now of this round of 32 match. A massive uphill battle here for the mountainous man. Could he do it? Dang Cho, well, by his standards now and with the way that he's played, probably should.
Einmal kurz Rückhand, dass so ein bisschen sich bewegen muss und dann du hast jetzt keinen Nachteil, aber er hat jetzt für seine Welt sehr gut kurz gespielt, weil er cool.
Dang Cho already back out at the table,
Serve again.
clearly keen to get back on with the job, and why wouldn't he be? The momentum
2 to
firmly
serve.
with the German. A game away now from a place in the round of 16.
Level.
Impressive opening game, 11-3, 11-6 in the second. Omar Assar needs to find something. He needs to find a second gear.
1 love.
Difficult. Assar's an incredible player in the rally. He lives and breathes in the open area of engagement. But look how
Love 2.
pressured he is right from the get-go here. It's just a harassing play from Dang Cho.
1
This is how he's been able to, for example, beat the likes of Lin Shidong, of Liang Jingquin, who he beat at the finals men in Doha. His fundamentals are incredibly strong.
2
It's going to take something more than special here from Assar. A player that is such a role model, someone that I admire personally so much, but who has been outclassed, you have to say it.
3 2.
Interesting as well, Rebecca, isn't it, how this draw is shaping up now. Got an all-Scandinavian battle happening just above this bracket.
Yeah, that's right. It really is an interesting draw in the men's and the women's as well, but of course the top 32 players in the world, it's always going to throw up some interesting mixes.
Regard facing Grunt just above this, so the winner of this one will face the winner of that. Let's see if this timeout can help Assar.
Now back to the practice hall, busy as ever, the players in there all playing later on today. Matchup, of course, Doi Kem, there she is. She is taking on India's Manika Batra, so she's getting in some last minute practice, as is Batra. We look forward to seeing both of those players in the next match. The way that Dang Cho is playing, though, it won't be too long before we do welcome Doi Kem and Manika Batra into the arena. See how Assar gets on after that break.
I think if Assar can go backhand to backhand with Dang Cho, make these small adjustments and expect the ball into his crossover, be proactive with the forehand. He's got a chance, but Dang Cho can pivot a bit more seamlessly, get his forehand into play. It's more obvious when Assar's going to do it. Oh, unbelievable backhand though from the Egyptian.
Yeah, that was lightning fast. Should give him a bit of a boost as well, because he hasn't been playing with too much confidence, but that was something else.
5 4.
Quite a few fans here, Assar. He's been appearing on some of the Chinese TV networks, CCTV. So is Aruna as well, because they're so fascinated, the Chinese fans, that players from Africa can
6
play at this level. I mean, Hannah Goda, last year, nearly defeating Chongqing, raised millions of eyebrows, and all I can say is Africa is on the rise. It's just that Assar here is up against someone who's been at the very, very top of the European continent. Beautiful touch from Dang Cho, barely attackable off the side. Good angle.
8 4.
Yeah, Dang Cho will look to pull away now that he has established that 4-point cushion.
8-5.
Oh, misfiring on the serve, and that is a welcome gift for Assar.
Let's 8-5.
Beautiful play there. That first one there, faking topspin, playing the line, helped get Assar into a good position. That was crafty play. Showing some flair in his attacking game, and then
Come
the
on.
follow-ups were there as well. Time out here.
And he's lost the last 2 points. Dang Cho, 8-4 up. And now Assar looks to be gaining on him. Dang Cho with
Jetzt
the
kam die Spitze
serve that went wrong.
Eben hast du mal so ein bisschen weiter raus, oder es kann auch sein, einfach weil du eben so variabel gespielt hast. Er ist jetzt nicht mehr so früh da. Ja. Ich würde jetzt wieder einen Rückschlag kurz in Vorn spielen. Oder kurz Mitte, ja. Aber den hat er gut auch nochmal kurz gelegt, ja. Du spielst da kurz, dann wartest du.
Ja, spiel nochmal kurz.
Genau. Mach nicht auf, weil er riskiert jetzt mehr. Er riskiert jetzt mehr auf die langen
Wenn
Bälle.
ich aufbaue, dann richtig aktiv.
Ja.
Nicht umlaufen, weil ich
Genau.
parallel.
Weil er spielt jetzt aggressiver auf die langen Bälle, genau. Leg dann nochmal kurz. Ja.
Das wird ohne machen danach. Das ist Stress, den will ich ja.
Aber das war auch nur der eine Aufschlag. Aber wie du dich fühlst, ja.
Was soll ich den machen? Einen Tag zu gut.
Ja, ich würde den machen. Der kam die ganze Zeit vor, ja. Auf geht's, Dank. Come on.
Six, 8.
Well, we talk all the time about how the momentum can change so quickly in this sport, and certainly it seems as though we've had a bit of a momentum shift now. And Cho forced into calling that timeout, and he'll be relieved that Assar has restarted with the mistake, pushing that ball into the net.
Wix gives you the freedom to tell your story.
A polished performance from Dang Cho.
10-7. Eight, 10.
Omar Assar goes long, and Dang Cho wraps up the straight games win to progress through to the round of 16. An impressive measured performance from the German. Slight wobble in the third, composed himself well, and earns his place in the next round on his debut, his first appearance at the WTT Champions in Chongqing.